tan x is not defined on minus pi by 2 and also on pi by 2. X over here can have any real value except, so basically what we are going to have. Dear students, welcome to Alan Overseas. Let's continue with our special series. This series will cover 45 important topics in 45 days. This will be really helpful and important for the JEE Mains aspirants. This is how the topics and the subjects are distributed among physics, chemistry and mathematics. And I am going to take mathematics for you all. Let's start with our today's topic. Today we are going to discuss about inverse trigonometry and the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. So if we simply see the graph of y is equal to 10x or f of x is equal to 10x. Let me write over here y is equal to tan of x. We must have already studied about the graph of tan x. So basically over here x represents an angle and y is the value of tan of x. Right? We must have seen the graph. We draw it like this. So if we see the tan x is not defined on minus pi by 2 and also on pi by 2. So what we can do is that let's say this is minus pi by 2 and let's say this is pi by 2. So what we used to do that we'll find the values of y now to plot the graph. I know tan 0 will be 0 and as I move with the positive values I'll get such a graph and with the negative values I'll get this kind of graph. This will be my graph of y is equal to tan x and y will revolve between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And because the function is periodic, it keeps repeating itself. But remember that tan x won't be defined at the odd multiples of pi by 2. So that's why y is equal to tan x, the graph will be plotted like this. Now if I talk about the inverse, if I'm writing y is equal to tan of x, then tan inverse of y will be equal to x. And I can also say tan inverse of x is equal to y. Now this time x has become a value and y is representing an angle. So while doing the inverse, what I have to do, I have to interchange x and y. And basically I have to find the reflection of tan x in the line y is equal to x. So I can clearly see if I represent the graph of y is equal to tan x using the yellow color, then this is the graph which I am going to get for y is equal to tan x. And for y is equal to tan inverse of x, right? This is y is equal to tan inverse of x. That means this one. The graph will be this one. On this part, the reflection will look like this, and this part, the reflection will look like this. And now you must have seen I have also interchanged the x-axis and y-axis for y is equal to tan inverse of x. Right? So y is equal to tan inverse of x. This time y is the angle. So value of tan inverse of x will revolve between pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. If we are talking about tan inverse of x, right? Tan inverse of x, this time y will be between pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. This will be the range of this function, right? We can see f inverse, in this case we had f of x equal to tan x, and in this case we have f inverse of x which will be equal to tan inverse of x. And you can clearly see this will be the graph of tan inverse of x. This arc tan x just means tan inverse of x, and this is the graph. So what is the range? Range is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. X over here can have any real value except the odd multiples of pi by 2. Okay. So this was about tan inverse of x and tan x. Now there is a formula which we use for tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. Suppose if we are adding two inverse functions of tan, then we'll get three types of results. We have to understand carefully which result will be used in which case. Now if our x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0, tan inverse of a plus tan inverse of b. Now if a and b both are greater than 0, let's say we take the values as 1 by 2 and 1. A is equal to 1 by 2 and b is equal to 1. If my values are 1 by 2 and 1, both of these values are, let's say this is a and let's say this is b. Right? Now both the values are greater than 1. So I can use this one, but I have to check the product also. If I find the product, 1 into 1 by 2 will give me 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is less than 1. That means an acute angle will be formed. If a into b or x into y is less than 1, then we'll use the first formula which says tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. If my x and y both are greater than 0, suppose this is the case, a is 3 and b is 2. Both are greater than 0 and the product is also greater than 0. In this case, the product is going to be 6. If the product is greater than 1, if both are greater than 0 and their product is also greater than 1, for example, in this case, the product is going to be 6, which is greater than 1. Now, in this case, when both x and y or a and b in this case are greater than 0 and their product is greater than 1, then we'll use the second formula which says pi plus tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. And if both x and y both are greater than 0 and their product is, let's say 1, let's say our values are 1 by root 3 and root 3. 1 by root 3 is also greater than 0, root 3 is also greater than 0, but their product is equal to 1. In that case, tan inverse of a plus tan inverse of b or tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y will be equal to pi by 2. Now let's quickly see a question based on this. This question has appeared in JEE Mains 2015. Here, tan inverse of y is given equal to tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of 2x upon 1 minus x square. Let's say this is, we can consider this as a and b also, right? Let's say this x is a and 2x by 1 minus x square is b. One more thing is given to us, that mod of x is less than 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is somewhere around 1 upon 1.7, 1.71 something. So let's say this is around 0.5. Mod x, that means x is always positive. So let's say x, value of x is revolving between 0.5 and 0. Okay. Now, what will be this? Now, let's check the values of a and b, right? According to the formula, x. Now, this will always be positive 0 and 0.5. What about this one? What about this one? This will also be positive. 2 into 0.5 upon 1 minus 0.5. This is also going to be positive. Both of the values are greater than 0. Now, about their product. What about their product? The product is going to be less than 1 because let's take any value between this. Okay, let's take any value. If we take 1 by 2 here also, then the product of this and this one for the values of x which are between 0 and 0.5, the product is going to be less than 1. So, which formula are we going to use? We are going to use the first formula. What was our first formula? The first formula was tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy will be equal to tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. So basically what we are going to have, tan inverse of y will be equal to, over here, tan inverse of x plus 2x upon 1 minus x square will be the numerator. X plus 2x upon 1 minus x square will be the numerator, and the denominator is going to be 1 minus x into 2x upon 1 minus x square. So 1 minus x multiplied with 2x upon 1 minus x square. Now we just have to solve this. So let's write this, tan inverse. This part will become 1 minus x square into x. So x minus x cube plus 2x. X minus x cube plus 2x divided by 1 minus x square. And in the denominator, I'm going to have 1 minus x square into 1 minus 2x square. So 1 minus x square minus 2x square. This is going to be there. Divided by 1 minus x square. Now this part is going to get cancelled. Now after cancelling this, I'm just going to have tan inverse of, in the numerator, I'm going to have x minus x cube plus 2x. That means 3x minus x cube. And in the denominator, I am going to have minus x square minus 2x square, so minus 3x square and 1 minus 3x square. This is going to be there. Now my tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse of 3x minus x cube upon 1 minus 3x square. So simply I can write y is going to be equal to 3x minus x cube divided by 1 minus 3x square, which is the third option. Simply solve. So that's all from my side on this topic. Don't forget to watch the complete playlist. The playlist link is given in the description box. Still, if you have any more suggestions or queries, feel free to reach out to us in the comment box. Stay tuned with us. Thank you.